Let's go. What's up? How's everyone doing? It's been a while since I went live, trying to get more into the routine of things, get this popping again. I've been busy, like things have changed, and I'm just trying to go with the flow here and see what things are like. So one thing that changed is our instructor pays changed. So, we're just seeing what's what really with it. I'm trying to decide if it's better or worse. But as of right now, it seems to be a little bit better for right now. Freight's starting to pick up, I see, because we're bringing in a lot more students. Sneak Adventures, hey buddy, what's going on? Backwoods, what's up, brother? Look at that picture of Backwoods right there. He got this goatee going on, fresh shaven. Look at that, man. What's going on, Backwoods? How have you been? Mike, yo, what's up, Mike? But yeah, we've been bringing in a lot of CDL holders too here lately. I've been like shocked by the amount of people coming in. Oh, let's go with the super sticker from Sneak Adventures. Let's go. Thank you. Greenwich. What's up, Greenwich? It's been a while, man. How are you doing? But yeah, they're bringing in a lot of CDL holders, and it's been crazy. It's been crazy because I'm not used to having CDL holders. A lot of times they're the harder students, honestly, because you have a CDL, you've been through the test before, you did pre-trip, and you just don't want to do it again. So like pre-trip is kind of one of those things that you have to be able to do, and it's not that you just have to do it for that little eval, but you need to know your preacher because you need to know if your vehicle is safe or not before you drive it. You don't want to drive an unsafe vehicle. You're working on your permit. Let's go, man. Permit's like the first step. So I got the I got the permit cheat sheet. I never had a cheat sheet for my permit. The best way to get your permit is there's some apps that let you take a little practice test, and that helped out a lot. Mainly, it was reading the manual, the commercial driver's manual, studying that. You can get that from your DMV. I studied that. I read it, and then I started trying those little practice tests out, and I was passing those practice tests. I went in that DMV, and it was really similar to those practice tests. So like I was like, man, let's go, and I aced it the first time I ever took the test. Backwoods fixing to be a PSD and TNT trainer. Let's go, Backwoods. Man, it's hard, man, being a PSD and TNT trainer. It is hard. I can't do TNT. TNT sleeping while that truck's moving. Oh man, I struggle with that. But I'm good at the PSD part. Like sometimes sometimes I amaze myself because I'll take a student that, man, he came in there and it was like I was like, man, am I ever gonna get this guy through this program? Like, he's struggling bad, and to change it around, and by the end of it, you're all like, man, this dude's gonna make it. Not only is he gonna make it, but he's gonna be real successful. So it's like really cool. But you've done it before, Backwoods. It's the same thing. Uh, I struggle with tests. A lot of people struggle with tests. A lot of people get super nervous for tests. And that's the one thing as a instructor that we can't account for is how nervous somebody's going to be for tests. There's bad test anxiety. People are super nervous for them. Like it's hard to deal with. Been doing those as well. Yeah, they're great. I'm passing the practice test with 85, 90 every time. And another thing about the test is as you're taking the test, I whenever I took it, you could skip the question. So like if I came up to a question that I was like, man, I don't know the answer to, you could skip it. Once you start seeing those questions that you skip pop up, then you're gonna have to be real selective with your answers because as soon as you get enough answers right, then you automatically pass the test. They don't give it to you all. Like, so once you get enough right, boom, be ready in a couple weeks. Let's go. Uh, ch- with the award for from a few months ago, I'll say you're pretty good at PSD training. Yeah, yeah, it's man, it's been something else. It's been a journey, I'll tell you that. From my first student to now, it's been a journey, and like I'm still trying to improve to this day. Right now, I'm trying to be like I'm trying to find the right toughness with being still like lenient, you know? So like I've been kind of trying to find my medium ground, like how strict do I need to be? Because for the longest time it's been like, hey, it's my way, and I've been strict, and I'm real like I had to tell all my students I am a hard trainer because I stride on you being the best you can be, and I'm real strict. So I'm trying this year I'm trying to back off of being so strict and kind of be a little bit more easygoing. So, it's definitely different. I'm not either. I'm usually a PSD driver good. Only taking the PSD I train if I like how they drive. Exactly. I don't see nothing wrong with that. To me, that's the best way to do it. You teach them to what you expect during the PSD, and you're comfortable with them, and then you go TNT, and you should be pretty good. I wouldn't take anybody that I did not train PSD for TNT. I just I got a lot of trust issues. So Mike says, I can't remember what's on the test. Had my CDL for 21 years. Yeah, it's 21 years, and you forget how to do like the pre-trip the way that they want you to do it with all the stuff you have to say. 21 years, you're used to running over there and be like, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. I don't see that's not leaking. There's not a mess here, blah blah blah. You look at it and you're like, you know if it's safe or not. But for like after if you come back, if you leave and you come back, or you haven't drove in a while, or even if you have drove in a while and you're just changing to another company doing that pre-trip, whoo, something else. Yeah, don't waste your time. You don't know. Hey, the Oz family, how are y'all doing? I haven't seen y'all in a while, but I've been doing a lot of tire runs and stuff, so it'd be great to see y'all. I was thinking about y'all the day before yesterday. I was all like, man, I wonder how the Oz's are doing. I haven't heard from them in a while. How often do you get home as a company, man? So a company driver. Whenever I was a company driver, I'm still a company driver. What do I mean? Whenever I was over the road as a company driver, what I would do is I would go home once all my bills were pretty much paid. So like I kind of like to go home at the end of the month. That way I knew all my bills were paid. I didn't have any stress when I went home. So my first check paid most of my bills. Second one picked up the rest. Third one kind of went to savings, and then I went home that fourth week. So I made a little bit of money to get home and a little bit of money out. And that third week check is kind of like some money that I would man, I would have a good time. Like we would go out to eat, and I'd see somebody, you know, at the restaurant that was eating by themselves or something. And I tell the waitress, I'm all like, hey, I'm going to pay for that guy's food over there, or that woman's food over there. Don't tell them I did it. Just let me pay for it, and I'm going on. Like I don't need them to know that, hey, I got your meal or whatever. And then like, man, you're away from your kids so much that you're like, your kids want something and you're like, shoot, dude, I live out there over the road, and I work hard. So man, like my kids, they want something, they're getting it. So you have to. The thing that would kind of suck about home time though, that would kind of suck is like your family, they're eating at home all the time. They're cooking meals and stuff. And then they're like, we're gonna go out to eat when your dad gets to town. So they want to go out to eat, but you're eating out over the road and you're eating on your truck, and you're like, man, I just want a home cooked meal. Like, that's the things that you run into. But as a company driver, I would go home every month for 4 days. That was my goal. If I had like something coming up, like Christmas or something like that, I might stay out 2 months and then go home. That way I had some extra money to spend on Christmas and stuff like that. So pretty much whenever you can afford to go home, if you can afford it, go home. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, on the lease side, I think from what I hear mostly is average lease person stays out about 2 months, takes 7 days off. And I'm just averaging it. I'm sure there's a lot of lease people that go home more, or there's a lot that go home less. So it's all about if you can afford it, go home. Uh Probably mounted and secured, right? Probably mounted secure, not cracked, been broken. Probably mounted secure, not cracked, been broken. That's my pre-trip right there. So I the we don't on the pre-trip that I use. My friend Justin made it, but we don't use no abrasion bulges or cuts, but on tires. So like everything we do is going to be probably mounted secure, not cracked, been broken. That's why my pre-trip videos. A lot of people are like, "Hey, your pre-trip video is wrong." No, my pre-trip video is not wrong. It's for my students. I haven't made one of the prime pre-trip yet because to me it's kind of if my students find it and they're all like, "Oh man, I've been watching your pre-trip video," I'm all like, "Which one?" Oh, you've been studying the wrong one. It doesn't help out. So like my pre-trip is kind of matching the pre-trip that we do on my truck. So we try to get home every 2 months, run hard, and then relax. Okay, makes sense. Rob, what's up, Rob? Hey, Twisted. Hope you're doing well. Ah, man, I'm doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. I cannot complain. Cannot complain. How much? How many days will they let you have max? 4 or 5. Okay, so I need to get with my fleet manager. I've been meaning to talk to him about that because I seen a message the other day about like something about like taking 7 days off and stuff like that as a company driver. I never had any problems taking time off. Like I was gonna go on a cruise not too long ago, and I told my fleet manager I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be off X amount of days," and he was all like, "That's fine. Just let me know when." And I think if you have a good relationship, working relationship with your fleet manager will take care of you on that. So if you need more than 4 or 5 days off, he's gonna work with you, especially if you're a hard worker and you're always getting there on time. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Like your fleet manager and your relationship is like really good to have. Great thing to have is a healthy, good relationship together. For those considering company versus lease, what expense does Prime cover? So, what do you mean? Oz like on the company side, the Prime's picking up the bill for your tires, your maintenance of your truck. They're picking up the fuel for your truck. They're picking up the scale, not scales, they're gonna reimburse you for scale tickets. They're gonna what are they called? I can't think of the name right now. Tolls. They're going to pay for the tolls. As a company driver, you get all that stuff paid for. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have a truck payment. Lease, you're more responsible. You're responsible for you're going to have to pay for your tires. You're going to have to pay for your maintenance. You're going to have to pay your truck payment. You're going to have to pay for fuel. You're gonna have to pay your tolls. You're gonna have to pay for your weight scale tickets. Everything you're gonna have to pay for. So, but the thing is, lease drivers are paid by the revenue. So, they make more to cover that stuff. So they make more per load because they're getting paid revenue. We're getting as a company driver, we're getting paid cents per mile. So like we're making like 50 cents per mile, I think, on the reefer side. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but we're getting paid that much per mile when a lease guy is getting paid off of the revenue, which he might be making like $2 a mile on the same load. He's making $2 a mile, but he's gonna lose out on not lose out. He's gonna have to pay his expenses like his truck payment, stuff like that out of it. So as a lease driver, you're gonna be making more money. You're gonna be making more than a company driver. It's not as much more as like a lot of people think it is. I've never done lease, but I just listen to a bunch of people. I talk to a bunch of people. I try to get as much information as I can from anyone that will give me information. You like the light in the background? Oh, that one? That light right there. I'm thinking about taking that to my truck really. I want to hang it up in the back of my truck because it's really bright and you can't really make out what it says on this camera. So I'm thinking on the truck with the sun out and stuff, it's enough light to dim it down some. I bought a dimmer switch for it and everything trying to dim it down did not work very well. Greenwich Trucking says lease ops pay just above everything. Prime reimburses 28% of the tolls and covers all the repairs on the trailer. Okay. So 28% of the tolls you get back. See, I didn't even know that. That's good information right there. I did not know that. Trucking Lives is ongoing. Why does everyone at Prime have a YouTube channel? What is there to talk about? Just um man, everybody just I don't know why everyone has a channel. I guess people just want to like spread the word. Hey, this is what we're doing out here. This is what life in the trucker is like. As a trucker is like, I don't see nothing wrong with people having YouTube channels, really. So, yeah, London. I talked to London today. Looking forward to being trained by me. Yeah, London's coming out here next week, and hopefully, I have a spot available for him. So I'm about to test next week sometime. I should be testing out my CDL holder, and we'll be ready to roll. Uh, you must be a sucker to lease. Get your own authority. You still got to lease the truck till you pay it off, even if you get your own authority, because you're going to lease it till you pay it off. So you're still going to lease. Um, yeah, own authorities are nice. Like it would be awesome to get your own authority and run your own stuff, but it's just whatever you want out of it, really. If you want to buy a truck, run your own authority, run your own business, take your truck wherever you want, and go for it. See what you can do. Like if you don't try, you're never gonna know. So definitely. Do you pay for tolls as a company driver? No, you don't pay for tolls as a company driver. The company pays for it. Yeah, Greenwich doesn't have a channel. This guy this guy is young with a beard, washed up. Hey, my beard it's been humid here. It was snowing and stuff like that, and the humidity just messes it up. Like I could straighten it every day, but you get tired of straightening it every day. I'm like, it's a lot of work. Uh, you got that power. Trucker life probably don't even drive. Go play. I'm cool with truckers life. I don't mind the guys coming in here and having some fun. Like it's funny. As long as they're not being way out of line. Uh, I think I seen you at campus a long while ago, but had to just probably start my class day. I just got my truck 2 weeks ago and finally a prime high driver. All right, let's go. Yeah, I was probably over there not too long ago. I was at the campus. I was over there taking a safety course because as an instructor, they make you take it yearly. I think that they're supposed to make everybody take it yearly. I think, but I think that would be pretty hard to get everybody in there yearly. So I'm not sure. Where's the flatbed guy? I don't know where he is tonight. I talked to him earlier today. He did a load today and it was a nightmare from what I understand. But I can hit him up and see if he ever wants to come back and talk about flatbed stuff. I mean, y'all enjoy Thomas or what was it? Bush crap flatbedder. I can't even remember the name of the channel. Oops. Any tips for new CDL drivers for Prime? If you're if you're a new CDL driver, my best advice is learn from your mistakes. You're gonna, as a new driver, you're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen. What you need to do is pick yourself up, learn from the mistakes, and keep on going. We're not perfect. I still make mistakes to this day. I still mess up. Like I'll miss an exit or whatever. I learn from it. Maybe I need to pay more attention. You're gonna make mistakes when you're new. The thing is, learn from it and move on. Nobody's perfect. So my best tips for new CDL drivers is learn from your mistakes. Try stuff out. If if you're all like, "Hey, I want to try a run on recaps," try it out. Run recaps. See how you do. Run it for like a month. See how it goes. See if you like running on recaps. Try running your clock out every day and set in there for a 34-hour reset. Find out what works for you. And mostly in the trucking game out here, a lot of people will not really like, I don't know how to put this. A lot of people will not tell you how to run your truck because at the end of the day, you got to find out what works for you. It's not that they're being rude. It's like what works for me doesn't work for other people. Did people quit because Prime's installing cameras? I bet. I bet some people quit. I bet some people quit, but I don't really think too many quit. I don't think it was probably less than like 20 people. 20 people, maybe 30 people, something like that. So I don't think that many people quit. A lot of people they always like to throw that "I'll quit" out there. So, you know, put in the ELD logs, put in the electronic logs, I'm gonna quit. People didn't quit. Then it became into every truck. And that's what's gonna happen with these cameras. I don't mind the cameras. I really don't. I Mine dings on me all the time. My beard covers up my seatbelt, and if I have my arm on the rest and I have my hoodie on, like you can't see the seatbelt anyway, so it'll ding improper wearing seatbelt. I'll just move my beard over so you can see the seatbelt, and I'll just keep on going. Like, and then it'll ding again. I'll just move my beard over and just be like, got a seatbelt on. So I don't even respond back to the message on it. Like you're supposed to put your input on it. I'm just like, I it's gonna keep doing it. Like, what do you want me to do? Like cut my beard or something? That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But and yawning. Like that thing gets you for yawning. And then I mentally like start yawning more because it went off for yawning. I'm all like, oh, you can't yawning, excessive yawning. I'm all like, oh, don't yawn, don't yawn. I'm trying to cover up my mouth and stuff while I yawn. Try yawning with my mouth shut. Whatever. Just I'm super like, oh, it's gonna go off for yawning. I'm gonna get in the seat and I'm gonna think about not yawning, which is gonna cause me to yawn. It happens. 4 years and you still have the occasional adventure. I know that's right. Like I run into stuff all the time. The other day, I was in a real tight place. I had to take the walking floor trailer, and I really don't like doing those loads inside a building, and you back it up in the corner. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is freaking tight in here. You can't turn, you couldn't move that much. It was like through the door into the spot, unload the stuff, and then like you gotta pull up and back up till you get back at the door. And then you had to back out the door around some dumpsters up a hill. I was like, what is going on here? Like, It was quite an adventure, and it smelled bad in there. It was like a bunch of trash and stuff. I was like, oh gosh. I was like, I really don't want to come back to this place. Down. So are the cameras on 24/7 or no? They go off. So the camera's only on whenever you go over. I want to say 5 miles per hour. It comes on, and then when you stop, it's going to turn off. It has two lights on it. Double green means it's on. Green and a red means it's off, and it's only going to record whenever there's an event. So, and if you watch the camera, you can watch your footage back, and you can tell that it's only like you as the driver. You can't see nothing else. It's just you as the driver there, and it's out your front windshield. So it's not bad at all. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Cameras turn off 10 minutes after the key is turned off. So after you turn the truck off, it's going to record for 10 minutes. So does it detect speeding? I have not heard nothing about speeding on it. Like I haven't got nothing on speeding, and my students haven't either. So I don't think so. I want to know what happened to the critical events. Do the critical events not? I meant to ask somebody about that. Do we don't have critical events no more? I only asked that because the other day my students slammed on the brakes. This was like a couple weeks ago. He slammed on the brakes, and I was all like, "No critical event." I was like what? So I guess there's no more critical events that pop up on it. Then one of my friends was we'll say he was teaching his student. He was doing TNT training, and he woke up and his student was going really fast down a grade, and it didn't say nothing about over speeds or how fast he was going or none of that. So, you know, so what you're supposed to do, then the cameras won't be an issue. Yeah, do what you're supposed to do. They won't be an issue. Exactly. Like I have no problems with them, and I'm kind of for the cameras. Like really, I'm for the cameras. There is too many people out there texting and driving. I'm for the cameras so much that I wish that they were in every truck. Put the cameras in every truck out there. Put them in all the trucks. If you don't comply, then you can't drive on these highways. Like put it on every truck. Does it ting you for running stop signs and running red light? Oh yeah, I got pinged on some red. I got pinged on two red lights already, and then there's two different places we go with the Eco Shred. That one place you turn left into, and it's on a pretty busy road, and there's a railroad track on the other side. You can see in your mirror behind you. There's no train. See in front of you, so it's just a little bit of room. It's probably like I don't know maybe 10 feet worth of road before you get to the tracks, maybe 15. So you got to go through that stop sign. I get that stop sign. And then there's another place we go with some railroad tracks that don't even exist no more, but they put a stop sign there. So you're crossing the interstate. You go straight across the interstate, and it's like, man, I can't stop at this stop sign. I got to keep going. So it gets me, yeah, stop signs get the stop signs will make it go off. Running red lights will make it go off. Ours detects hard braking, speeding, fatigue driving, and crashes. So I think a lot of ours are the same. What's your thoughts on tanker side at Prime? Tanker's not for me. I see something about the Surge just makes me not want to do tanker, and the shape of it. The shape of it does not make me want to do tanker because like just the shape of it, like I'm thinking that side to side surge. Like I get too much on the side of the road. I just tanker's never been for me. You have to be a really, really smooth driver when you're doing tanker. And I just never felt like it was for me. I didn't. I still don't think like tanker would be for me. But a lot of people do tanker. They love tanker, and go for it. Like I'm not hating on Tinker. I just it's not for me. It's not for me. And phones, yeah, and phones. Seen Warner and some FedEx drivers and FedEx with driver facing cameras. Yeah, they're just trying to get above the curve. Like they try to pass the driver facing camera like was it last year or the year before? Anyways, they try to pass that all trucks would have the cameras in them in the past. So what's Prime do? Prime's always been like, let's get ahead of the curve. If they want the cameras in all trucks, let's get them above in front of it. Like, let's go ahead and put them in the trucks because they're coming anyways. And then on top of that, they're all like, oh, well, we got cameras in our truck. Can we get a deal on some insurance here? Like, make my insurance cheaper for all my trucks. That's a win-win. Can't be mad at them. Like, if you can cut me a deal for cheaper insurance because I got cameras in my truck, I'm taking it. That's a deal. As a trainer, you must have your pre-trip down pat. Yeah, you have to. Like a trainer has to have it down real good. Like I have mine's pretty simple, so mine's real easy to learn. Or it's not mine, Justin wrote it, but it's a great pre-trip and I can it's so easy. It's so easy that it's not funny. I haven't had a guy, knock on wood, I haven't had a guy fail pre-trip probably in like I'd say probably in 2 years. I haven't had a guy fail pre-trip. One, I'm gonna check your pre-trip a lot. Number two is I make you study pre-trip. Either like, so I'm like this with pre-trip. I'm all like, study your pre-trip. I'm gonna let you. I'll give you 2 days to learn it on your own. I'm gonna check you in on the third day. I'm gonna be like, hey, let's hear your pre-trip. If you're no good at it and it's not improved, then I'm gonna pretty much like I did today. I spent half my day in my truck today, just sitting there in the driver's seat while my students were outside the truck studying pre-trip. Like I don't play with pre-trip. You're either gonna learn it your way because I believe people know the best way that they learn. So if I give you the pre-trip and I'm all like, hey, study it. You know yourself best. Study it your way. You got 2 days to learn it, and if you don't learn it in 2 days, then you learn it my way. My way is stand outside the truck, stand out there with the piece of paper, and study it. And that works. That works pretty much 99.9% of the time because I've had two guys that the only way they learn pre-trip is watching a video. Uh, I don't know. It was strange. And like I could have them out there with that paper for 10 hours. They wouldn't learn anything, but they could repeat a video that they watched, wrong company, but they could repeat that video word for word. So I'm all like, here, just watch this video. I got a video. Here you go. Watch this one. And they can get it down. So my way's pretty much foolproof. If you're out there standing at that truck, doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and you get it down, you get it down. I spent half my day today, and my guy got that pre-trip down today. Like he got it all down, and it wasn't there before I did that. So, he got hired on today. He passed and got hired on today. But we put in a full day's worth of work to get that to happen. And if he would have got his pre-trip down, like I've been telling him to, and he would have been out there studying his pre-trip, then it would have took half a day today to get everything down. But hey, at the end of the day, he got it down. He put up with a hard day today. Like I told him, I said, man, I'm proud of you for sticking through today. I know today was hard. Like we were out there all day. We were testing like when the examiners were about to go home. I'm all like, hey, I got one test for you. Like, here you go. He went out there, he flexed, showed them how good he was, and got it done. So yo, Twisted, I'm currently on TNT phase. At 9,000 miles, I'm one third miles. 9,000. Okay, one third of your miles. Let's go. That's good. You'll be it'll be over before you know it. Like your first year, that year contract, it's gonna fly by. Mine flew by. I was like, what happened to that first year? Mike, how about the air brakes? Yeah, the air brakes, the way Justin wrote it is super simple. It's three questions, and if you can answer those three questions, you got your air brakes down. So like it's super simple, super simple. Uh, ch- Out of curiosity, how often do you deny loads in order to get a better load? I was told by my trainer I have to learn to deny loads from my dispatcher in order to make good money. That see, I you got to be careful with denying loads. Not too long ago, I had a student that was denying loads, and he got himself into the hole pretty big. Um, you know, the thing with denying loads, if you deny too many loads, then sales just ain't ever going to give you a good load because, like any really, really good load, they're not going to give it to you because there's a chance that you might deny it. Even if the money was great, you might deny it. So they're not going to give it to you. They're just going to be like, here, give them this one. I would have to have a legitimate reason to deny a load if I was going to do it. If I was on the lease side, I would have to have a legitimate reason, and it would have to be something good because, with your fleet manager, it's instead of denying the load, call up your fleet manager, call them up on the phone, be like, hey, what's up with this load? Is it going to get me to a better paying load? Like, if I do this one, is it going to put me in a better area? When you're new, you really don't know what that load is going to do. It might be a bad load, but it might get you to an awesome area to get some great freight out of. So it just depends. Greenwich says, I rarely turn down loads. If you learn to trust the system, you'll make good money here. Yes, see, and Greenwich is one of our veterans. Like he's been doing this a long time, so definitely. And Oz says, never have denied any. Do express concerns company side though, right? And that's one thing about starting off on the company side and then going to lease is that you kind of put yourself in a great mindset of like, man, I'll just do that load. I'll do that load. I'm not. So some people that just jump into lease, they're all like, I don't go to Maine. I don't go to here. I don't go to here. I don't go to here. So you lose out on freight. Like you're losing out on freight. You're kind of like being picky. Like your fleet manager really kind of wouldn't like that too much. They're all like, "What? You want to take this good load up to Maine? It's summertime." I just don't go to Maine, but it's summertime. Like, so as a company driver, you go everywhere, so you kind of don't have that fear of going to Maine or going over Donners or something like that. Like, you really don't have that. Like, I'm not going there because I'm kind of scared, you know. I appreciate the answer, guys. I'm hella new in the industry, loving the knowledge. Yeah, anytime, anytime. Any questions? I don't care if I answered it a million times. Like I'll answer it again. The biggest question I get all the time is the drug test. So, got to take time to learn the lanes. Exactly. Your first year, I wouldn't even deny a load, period. Like I would not deny a load, period. I would just do every load because, like Greenwich says, you're trying to learn the lanes. Where's the freight taking you? Where's the good freight? Where's the bad freight? Like, listen, you have to learn where's everything is. What's a good area? What time of the year is good to be in that area? What time of the year is not good to be in that area? Do you recommend learning CDL school or with the mega carrier? Robert, either way you want to do it, like either way works. But at the end of the day, if you're going to end up at Prime anyways, I don't know why you went to CDL school. And the thing is, if you there's only one reason I would suggest going to CDL school over a mega carrier. And the one reason is the manual restriction. If I don't get a manual restriction on my license. But at the end of the day, most places are already going to automatics. So at the end of the day, did you really do yourself a justice by paying for a CDL? If you do that year contract with like a mega carrier or whatever they have, if it's a 2-year contract at a mega carrier or something like that, if you do that entire time, your CDL was free because you well, it's not really free. You spent that much of your life to get it. But after you finish that time, it's like, man, I got a CDL and I got experience, and you got a guaranteed job. I get a lot of guys that went through a CDL school, and after that, they were jobless. Couldn't find a job. They have a CDL, but they don't have no experience. And experience is one of the best things to have with your CDL. That's going to get you the most pay, the better jobs, stuff like that. If you don't have the experience, nobody wants to touch you. Maine is beautiful. Yeah, Maine is very beautiful. So, you know, CDL school, mega carrier, it's really up to you. Mega carrier guaranteed job. CDL school might have a job, might just have to end up at the mega carrier anyways. Because right now we had like right now there are CDL holders coming here left and right, and I like left and right. And like I said, there's some of the hardest students. They're set in their ways. You gotta let them know, hey man, you're not as good as you think you are. Let me teach you how to be safe. So it happens. But local colleges and grants are also an option. Yeah, if you can get it that way, that's a pretty good way to do it. Did I did tell my fleet manager I want to go to Jersey or want to go to the north, but I'll go anywhere else. I'm making good money. Yeah, Jersey's kind of a pain. I don't really like going to Arkansas. That's where I really don't like going too much is Arkansas. The windy roads and I like it. If I'm going through Arkansas, I don't even like to stop and use the bathroom. I'm like, just stay on the interstate all the way through it. What do you think about CB radio? CB radio is a must have in the wintertime, and I think that it should be one of your first purchases when you get onto your own truck. It should be one of your first. I strongly agree with the CB radio. Wintertime, it is crucial to have it. Crucial. Uh, Driving a rig through New York City sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, we don't deliver inside the city. We take it to a drop yard, and their drivers do it. Uh, Coming to PSD in April. Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. April. Keep moving forward. Jalen's roommate from campus. I am the one that told him about ICP. Whoop whoop. I was wondering who did. I came in and he was all like, "What is that? Uh, is it a gang?" And like you had him rolling. Like I came in that day that he found out about ICP, and he's all like, "Man, I don't like what is this? What is this?" And like he was lost. He didn't type in the word juggalo. He typed in another word that sounds like juggalo. So he was really really paranoid. Um, he didn't type in juggalo. He typed in gigolo. So like, yeah, that was funny. Thanks, Andrew Craig. What's up, Craig? Hey, Twisted, how's it going? Oh, it's wonderful. How are you doing? Domino the Great. Why are there so many trucks into drugs? Is it the demanding or stressful lifestyle? there here at Prime, there's nobody, or there should be nobody doing drugs here at Prime. We drug test here, and you want to lose your CDL, then mess with drugs, but you definitely should not be messing with drugs. I do not, don't do it. Even if you're in a state that it's legal, you cannot do it because you will get random drug tests. I get random drug tests all the time. Like I have paper, I keep all the paperwork from them. I have a lot of paperwork from them. Some companies also do doc to driver programs. Oh yeah, yeah. There's one company that's a big company that says that they do that, but I keep on getting their employees here, and I'm all like, well, why didn't you go through the program there, like you were talking about? And they just push it off and push it off and push it off. And the person was working there a long time, and their whole goal was to get their CDL. So you got to be careful with some of those companies that have the programs like that where you're working there and they're going to put you through CDL. It doesn't always happen. What endorsements do I have? I have Tanker. I have Tanker. We all have to have Tanker here, and well, I have Tanker doubles, triples, combinations. I all that normal stuff. But Tanker's one of the endorsements I have. I don't have hazmat or anything like that. But we have to have Tanker here because in the reefer trailers we do move bulk liquid, and you have to have a Tanker's endorsement for that. Yeah, yeah, you laugh, laugh. It was kind of funny because he was not hearing that. He was not hearing that. Oh man, Jalen was a great student though. Jalen was a great student. He trifected. He's on to doing his own thing now. Probably went home and about to start TNT. Honestly, TNT training. I tell everyone that that's the hardest part. TNT training is the hardest part. So a lot of people like think that I'm the hard part. They're all like, "Man, this PSD part is so hard." And, you haven't seen nothing till you get out there on TNT. You haven't seen nothing till you get out there on TNT. TNT is a whole nother monster. It's people with no sleep having to deal with each other. Like you get cranky. I was cranky. I was cranky. My trainer was cranky. It's just not fun. Just not fun. You're living in his truck, and it's not your truck, but at the end it's worth it. It definitely is. Once you finish those miles, get onto your own truck, it is definitely worth it. I've this career right here has been a life-changing experience for me. Like, I mean, I remember living paycheck to paycheck. I remember being like, do I want to smoke cigarettes or do I want to eat food? I'm going to go with buying a pack of cigarettes. So, I've been there. I've been broke. So, I'm doing TNT. That is BS. What is BS? About how hard TNT is? Or, oh, no BS. That is no BS. Yeah, TNT is hard, Greenwich. I get cranky without doing TNT. Yeah, you need your old man naps, man. You got to take more old man naps. You won't be as cranky. Trust me, I feel you there. Like I love a good old man nap. I get cranky through the middle of the day. I need me a nap. I'm thinking about working like I'm thinking about breaking my day up. I'll come in 6 a.m. till noon, tell my students, hey, y'all go home, take me a nap in the truck for about an hour and have them back, or about 2 hours, have them come back in 2 hours. Y'all take a 2 hour lunch break and come back and then finish my day. Cause I kind of thinking I'm gonna start needing some old man naps too. Yeah, definitely agree with that. You gonna be on the pad tomorrow? No, I have a load up to Kansas City. Are y'all gonna be in town tomorrow? Because if y'all are going to be in town tomorrow, it's not that long of a load. I should be back pretty soon. Ch- Big Daddy Trucker Sean, good evening. If someone comes with their CDLA, but they're very limited experience, would you go through training again or go out with a trainer slash mentor? Safe travels. CDL limited. It all depends on that limited experience. Was it over the road experience? How long? How long? How much experience? How much time do you have? So, so it could be straight to TNT if you have enough experience. If you have a like good experience, it could be straight to your own truck. If you have no over the road experience and you have a CDL, then you're going to be put through the PSD program, but you're not going to take a test. You're going to take an eval. And it's not a hard eval. We can't take your CDL, so don't worry about that. But it's just a little eval before we hire you on. We want to make sure that you're safe before we hire you. So Prime's not taking a big risk. If you were not taught well by somebody, it's going to show. My PSD trainer did that. Hours breaks between the pad training. Love that about her. Oh, she would take naps during the. Hey, that works. Just to drop a trailer only for the 10 and then have to get to Florida home time. Okay, yeah. I will probably miss each other. If I had a guess, I would probably be back in the afternoon sometime about 1 or 2 p.m. ish. Something like that, but it's all good. Andrew says, I enjoyed TNT, had a great trainer, went coast to coast 3 times in 6 weeks, seen a lot. Yeah. See, sometimes you get lucky and you get a great TNT trainer. There's great and then there's not great ones. You can't always sometimes that matching system works out great, sometimes it doesn't. So I will say that. So if you have a problem with your TNT trainer, it's best to communicate it with them, like talk about what your issues are. And then if you don't like the outcome of that conversation, then you can get with the fleet manager, talk to the fleet manager about it. There's steps you can take. And sometimes it just needs to be talked about. Like if you keep on bottling up issues and bottling them up, sooner or later you're gonna explode and you're gonna be like, man, screw this and screw you, and then it's gonna become a big issue. But if you keep it cool and you communicate good, can talk it out, then hey, talk it out, get the problems fixed, and then you're gonna have a great time. But you know, I look at a lot of it as this. Hey, am I getting like 4 or 5 thousand miles a week, 6,000 miles a week? Yes. Okay, then I'm counting down my weeks. Let's go. Let's keep up this 5 to 6 thousand miles a week. Now, if as long as it's nothing like too major, if I have to deal with you being grumpy, I'm gonna deal with it because I gotta get my miles in. Me and my TNT trainer, we did that. We didn't get along all the time. We didn't. And he was really grumpy when he was tired. He was really grumpy. So like I did not talk to him much. I whenever I was done driving, I went to the back, shut the curtain, talked to my wife for a while on the phone, maybe talked to the kids if they were still up, and then I crashed out and I slept. And I woke up whenever he stopped and I was like, okay, it's time for me to drive again. And I'd stay in the back. I stay in the back until it was time for me to drive. Like I never woke up before he stopped and try to go up there and talk to him. Like I was just like, you know what, I'm getting the miles done. One night even I was going to the back and he was all like, hey, you can stay up here and talk to me for a while. You don't have to go straight to bed. And I said, I really don't want to talk to somebody I don't mess with. Like, and he was all like, well, if you don't want to mess with me, you can get off my truck. And I said, listen, we're getting great miles. If I need help, you get up and help me. If I don't need help, then I don't need help. We're getting great miles. It doesn't mean we have to be friends, but I'm gonna go back there, and as long as we're getting these miles knocked out, and we're both doing the job, and I don't see why we have to be buddy buddy. And I went to bed. Next morning, I woke up and I was like expecting him to be like, "Hey, I'm kicking you off the truck," or I'm about to drop you off at the terminal or wherever. But I got up the next morning and he's like, "Hey," he goes, "What you said is right." He's all like, "We don't have to be buddy buddy. If you need help, wake me up. I'll help you, and we're getting the miles done. We're getting the miles done. You're doing great. I'm making money. You're getting your miles done. We're both happy. Let's go." And hey, it is what it is. It took me a whole year. Go ahead and ask the question. One more questions, that's fine. You can ask as many as you want. Go for it. But it took me a whole year to talk to him. Whenever I did my first PSD through TNT, that's whenever I called him up and I was all because I realized that, hey man, I'm grumpy whenever I wake up, and I was like, man, it all makes sense. He wasn't getting sleep. He was grumpy because of that. I had him during PSD and he was great, man. We talked, we were cool, we were same age. Like it was an awesome time. But TNT was a whole nother ball game, and it's because he was grumpy. So at the end of the day, like I started finding out that it was I was grumpy whenever I woke up. My student wake me up and I had to sit there for a minute. I'd be like, "Hey, don't mess with me for a minute." And I sit there in that seat and I'd just be staring out the window. And it wasn't for like 2, 3 minutes. It was just for a little while. I'd breathe and I'd be like, "This is why I'm getting paid so much. This is why I'm making extra money to do this." Okay, don't be angry. Don't be grumpy. Calm myself down. All right, what's going on, bro? What were you doing coming down here? And I would be like, I don't even know why? Like, and then we would fix the problem and be on our way. As for the 30,000 miles, is that a uh, combined between the student and trailer, or is that all on the student? It's combined. It's combined. It's what the truck runs. It's 3,000. It's 30,000 miles on that truck. Dispatched miles. Dispatch miles. So every time a load's sent that you go and do on that truck, you can keep up with the amount of miles from it, or you can check your paycheck and your pay stub, and it's going to have how many miles you did that week. Keep on adding that stuff up. Keep up with the count of how many miles you've done. Once it hits that 30K, hit up that fleet manager. Hey, I finished my 30K miles. I'm ready to upgrade. That's how that works. So I average about 5,000 miles a week, and I average a week of home time somewhere in there. As long as you keep moving, it goes fast. 100% right. If you and your TNC trainer are keeping that truck moving, it's gonna fly by. You're gonna be like, wow, what happened to TNT? Or you're gonna be like me. I told y'all me and my trainer weren't even really talking much. We weren't talking much. And I wasn't waking him up unless I truly, truly needed help. So, you know, whenever it was time for me to upgrade, I said, I'm not ready. You think I'm ready? He's like, yeah, you're ready. He goes, I'm like a mama bird pushing you out the nest. It's time for you to go. And I'm all like, I'm not ready, man. I don't think I'm good enough. Well, you haven't woke me up in like 2 weeks for any help. You've been backing into all the docks. You've been delivering all the loads, doing all the paperwork. You've been doing everything. It's time for you to get off your truck, off my truck, and go make your own money. To go make some money. And I'm all like, okay, I'm scared, but I was really nervous, but it is what it is. Definitely what it is. But yeah, TNT's definitely some fun. I mean, like you get to go to see you get to see a lot of the country during TNT. Like you should be running coast to coast. So like we were always going California to PA, California to Jersey, back to California, California to Maine, from Maine to Florida, from Florida to Washington. We were all over the place, long loads. I never knew you could get across the US so fast in one of those trucks. Like I mean, something that's moving 24/7. When you're sleeping, it's moving. you're moving 600 miles during your shift or 650, and when you go to bed, it's moving another 650 miles. You wake up, there's only one state. There's only one state that you can go to sleep and wake up in, and that's Texas. You're down there on the like 20 or the 10 or something. You're down there at South Texas. You might end your shift right in the edge of Texas. You're gonna go to bed. You wake up the next day expecting to be in New Mexico, and you wake up and you're all like, "Where are we at? Oh, we're almost to the edge of Texas." What? You've been driving all night? This is as far as you made? I used to make my teammate mad about that. I'd always tell him that you didn't make it out of Texas. I went through 4 states. You only went through one. Like he'd be so mad at me. Oh man, we used to have fun though. He was very competitive, so he always wanted to do the most miles. And like I was during the day, so I had to deliver and stuff like that. So like I wasn't getting the miles he was getting, and he would be trying to brag about it. It's funny. Okay, seriously looking at Prime, liking everything I see about them, leaving the mental health, we've talked. Okay. Or I'm pretty sure you're the guy I talked to, but yeah, it's a change in life. See, I was a correctional officer at a mental health facility slash hospital, so like I kind of know what you've been through. Uh, But yeah, it's a life changing event. It really is. It's life changing. Did you hear about the two guys arrested in New Jersey for carrying $36 million of illegal drugs? No, I have not. Did not hear about that. I cannot say your name. Oh, I can say the USA part. USA. You can contact me. Look through my videos and stuff, and my text message or my text. Let me see if I still got it on here. Media assistant. No banners. Boom. It's gonna be. No, that's not my. I thought I had my phone number on one of these. No, I don't have it on any of them. No, so you're gonna have to check in the description on some of my videos. Which terminal are you going to? Because I'm at the Springfield one. You can go to. There's 3 different terminals you might go to, but I'm at the Springfield one. Oh, you want to see the like and okay, I got you. I got you. So here's the like. This is my buddy right here, Mr. Pegleg, telling you how to use the like button.
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
Hello, that's Pegleg, man. Pegleg's a great guy. Hello, I am new and want to work with Prime Inc. New day, new life. Come with it. Come with it. What's up, Heck Rod? Springfield, that's where I'm at, Springfield. It just depends on which day you're coming and everything because you know, week to week it varies, so it just depends when you're coming to Springfield. Springfield, Ohio. That's the funny thing. Springfield's in every state. I'm in Springfield, Missouri. So I think it's almost in every state there's a Springfield. It might be a small town, might be a big town, whatever. But it's kind of funny. It's everywhere. A lot of towns are for everywhere. I have students all the time that is all like, "Hey, what town was this?" I tell him, and he's all like, "Man, that's the name of my hometown. I thought my hometown was the only one." I'm all like, "Nah, there's more. There's more." I will use your referral. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you. In my description is my phone number too. But it just depends what terminal you're coming to, because if you're coming to Salt Lake City or oh, you said Springfield. I thought you were the one that said Springfield, Ohio. Heck Rod says, I gotta head to Springfield soon to do a physical right there, right? Need an inspection and a physical soon. Yeah, you can do it right there at the terminal. If you're a company driver, it's free. I don't know how much it is for a lease driver. It might be free for them too. Sorry, would you ever make a video how to jump a truck? I have a video on how to jump a truck. I have a video on how to jump a truck with a reefer trailer. Is that what you mean? I think if I scroll, I think there's also one where I jumped a truck to truck using the post on the back of the truck. But I can redo it. April, you're in Kansas, Missouri. That's where I'm going tomorrow, Kansas, Missouri. I'm lease. They'll bill me. Yeah, right. They'll bill me. That's how lease works. Everything. Just bill me. Just bill me. I got a fund for that. Yeah. What did you say you had? An inspection and a physical? Yeah. Okay. So you just put the truck in the shop and get it done. Okay. So Greenwich says it's $85 for the physical. Call ahead for appointment. Yeah, make sure you call ahead. You don't want to waste too many days sitting here in Springfield. It's already hard enough to get out of Springfield once you come into Springfield. So definitely call ahead and make sure you got an appointment. 100% right, Greenwich, because you definitely don't want to be sitting too long in the yard over here. You definitely want to spend as little time as you can, just because it's hard to get out. Yeah, then I'll then post a lifesaver. You can jump yourself from the trailer too, which is a lifesaver. Yeah, yeah, those posts behind the trucks, you can jump it off in a reefer trailer too. What I like to do that works better than jumping the truck off is I like to hook up the reefer trailer to those posts, and then I like to try to turn my APU on with the button, because you get that APU to turn on, it charges the battery faster. So sometimes the APU, for some reason, it'll start up before your truck will start up. So I like to try click that APU on a couple times, turn it off and back on till that kicks on. Once I get the APU started, it's a game over. I'm having charged batteries, but I man, let me. I know I got my phone number on here somewhere. Trying to copy and paste it from my channel. You know what? It's on the home screen of my channel. Da, 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 da. How do you view your own profile? Ah, like that right there. More information. Ah, here we go. Copy. Paste. Bam. If it goes through. Bam. Text message works best. I'm not good at talking on the phone. I really don't like talking on the phone. So text message is best. Send me a text message. I get to you whenever I can. Um, Talking on the phone's not my cup of tea. Text message works the best. Yikes! I cannot believe I'm gonna have to cut that picture up, man. That picture right there. I did not know the outside of the circle looked like that. Well, heck. I'm cutting that picture up tomorrow. I'm cutting that picture up to make it fit perfect. I'm gonna get that off of there because it's bugging my OCD right now. That picture did not fit the top of the screen perfect. It didn't fit to the bottom of the screen. It's on that side. Right. That the top is white, the bottom's white. It was supposed to fit all the way to the top. Yeah, my OCD it's bugging me. Hey, what's going on, flatbed trucker? A lot of videos. You're the great trainer. Thank you, thank you. Text you after live. Cool. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can, but probably going to bed after the live because I'm gonna try and get up really early to run this load. Because one of the somebody retiring tomorrow, and I would like to make it back to like tell them bye, on their last day. I went ahead and told them bye today. I said, hey, look, I don't know if I'm going to see you tomorrow, so I'm going to tell you bye now. Congratulations, but I would like to tell them tomorrow on their last day, so it'll make me feel better. On your way home, let's go home time. Gotta love home time. But hey, that's it for me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard to get back in here every Thursday night, and let's do this live thing again and get it kicked up and keep on going. That way we can get some questions answered. If you're going through your week thinking of questions, type them all out and then bring them to the next live because I'm sure you're not the only one with that same question. And congratulations on your 1,000,000 miles. Thank you. Thank you. I got a glass trophy for that. I was hoping it was another plaque. I can hang the plaques on the wall with my other ones, but it was a real nice glass trophy. Bro, it's like this thick. It's rounded. Nice trophy though. But y'all all have a good night and y'all be safe out there. Everybody over the road, all that good stuff. Y'all be safe out there. Have a great night.
Twisted.